people. So this is part 1 of your weekend review. And I'm just going to go over this first section right here. So let's start off with challenge 1 and 2 maps and what you need to know for the test on Tuesday. So challenge 1 map, you need to know the major physical features that you see on the screen and where these physical features are, okay, geographically. You need to know where the Sahara Desert is, where the Sahel lies, the major difference between the two, okay, Sahel having more annual rainfall. What are some key terms? Like, what's an oasis, right? What is As-Sud, a swamp? What happens in Khartoum, confluence, where the white and blue Nile meet? What are Nile cataracts, and how do they affect people? Well, they are wild water rapids, and they basically create obstacles for anyone who's traveling the Nile, up through the Nile, okay? So understand the major physical features, and understand what the experience is like going up the Nile or through the Sahara Desert, okay, for a person. And also where the starting points for each Nile River. All right, these countries, okay, so challenge number 2, you need to basically know the countries that you see on the screen. You don't need to know all 54 countries, okay, but you do need to know the countries that are in each region that I've highlighted on my map, okay? Okay, so that's challenge 1 and 2 maps. Now, in regards to the major climate vegetation zones of Africa and most populated cities, right? So let me just offer you some clarity in regards to, let's just say, climate zones, okay? So there was some confusion about how the Sahara Desert, which you see in like a lighter yellow on your screen, in the Sahel, which travels, which is a little bit south than the Sahara. Now, how can they be two different climate zones? So let me just give you some clarity by making a comparison, okay? So here's Mali, right? Most of Mali is in the Sahara Desert. From the north, from the top of Mali to the bottom is about 500 miles, okay? So you see that there are two different climate zones here, but they're not very different. You have arid and semi-arid, okay? Arid, semi-arid climate zones, but it's just 500 miles that are covered, okay? So that's about from Washington, D.C. to upstate New York. However, in comparison, if you start out in, let's just say, Washington, D.C., and you go just 700 miles to Canada, you have two very different climate zones, right? You have subarctic, okay, and basically a mild climate zone. So you can have two different climate zones in the same country, okay, in fairly similar locations in regards to distance, all right? So you need to know the major climate zones of Africa, right? And you need to know the major vegetation zones. So if you look on the screen, you might just say desert scrub and tropical grassland, all right? Now, in regards to population, you just need to understand, you know, what are some of the most populated cities in each region, okay? So just understand that Johannesburg, Cape Town, okay, those cities are not in the north region of Africa. You need to understand that Khartoum is not in West Africa, but it is a major city in Sudan, okay? So as long as you understand those, you'll be fine for the first section of the test, all right? All right, email me or record your videos with any questions, and I'll be happy to respond to you.